All right, everyone, welcome. Another episode of the BCS Sports Show. It is your boys, two of the three of your boys. Um, we haven't done many Saturday streams recently, so Bryce is.
Because nothing's really happened.
It's
That's
true.
the
We usually,
problem.
yeah, like it'll pick up here in the next couple weeks once college football really once it starts to matter. Because right now college football doesn't matter.
True. Well, I mean, Bill Belichick might be on his way out.
That's true. That's really funny. That's really, really funny. I like how North Carolina couldn't say congrats to Drake May this last weekend because of
I
Bill
didn't even think
Belichick.
about that.
Yeah. No, apparently Bill Belichick is not allowing certain scouts from certain teams at North Carolina. Like, that's a problem if
That's funny.
your coach is a vendetta against a team in the NFL and screws, opportunities for the kids. But yeah, it's hilarious. But we will talk.
I still think it's funny.
This was a great sports weekend. I want everyone to know. We got the Broncos winning. We have the Chargers losing. We have the Raiders losing. We have the Chiefs losing to a falling Trevor Lawrence. And we have Avalanche winning the opener last night against the Kings 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I just make a comment about the Kings unis?
Yeah, of course.
Their helmets are fucking ugly as hell.
The silver bullet ones?
Yeah, they're gross.
Yeah, they're tough.
They're gross.
They're tough. You don't like the Tinseltown thing they're doing?
No.
Because they're in Hollywood.
I don't mind the color silver, but it needs to be I don't like that matted metallic shit because I've worked in graphics, so I know how they put that on there.
Yeah.
That stuff just sucks. It's not good. Like that matted finish just doesn't look good. It reflects weirdly, so it gives it like this gritty. Ugh.
I gotta look at it again. Yeah, it was it was sure a choice. I like how it was funny how they made it like a big reveal. I guess they didn't reveal these uniforms until literally last night. Like,
oh really?
They had them. They showed during the game. They showed an image from one of the team stores, and I guess they had a wall that was reversed. So they had the normal jerseys that you could see, and then like at a certain time they flipped them all, and now it was all the alternates. I'm like, usually you have 3 months beforehand they spoil them all for some,
Because I think they're trying to do what the Ducks did. Because remember how the Ducks was it last year when they rebranded, did all this like secretive hyping of it up. So when it dropped, it was just like bang, you knew it was like.
Cool,
oh,
did they? I didn't realize they did that.
Yeah, they did this whole thing where it was when they rebranded to Orange County and went back to like the orange, like that Orange County orange.
Right, yeah.
They hyped it all up, and then they got because Vans is from Orange County, so they got like a special Vans shoe and shit. It was great.
That's pretty cool.
Kings don't have that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not, let's go Avs. Kings suck, that's.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me about the Kings.
Oh shit! So they actually warmed up in their normal jerseys,
and then
they changed right before the game started. That's like how close to the chest they had. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. That's neat. Though, yeah, the silver lids are tough.
Bold.
Gold.
Bold. BOLD.
Oh, bold. Yeah, it is pretty bold. Especially if they really flop, that would have been really funny. Like, what team am I rooting for right now? All right. Football. You want to talk what happened this weekend?
Your Denver Broncos continue to help me win fantasy football games.
Go Broncos, Broncos country.
My opponent, who was my roommate, had the Phillies defense.
Ooh,
so I'm like, oh, this is going to go really well
tough
for one of us and really bad for the other one.
Yeah, that was
on the victory end of that one.
Yeah, that was a surprising game for sure. Saquon Barkley had like 6 total carries.
I didn't realize that was a 10 o'clock game. I think I even sent you a text. I'm like, wait, this is a 10 a.m. game?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was an 11 a.m. game for me. Yeah, it was an early one.
I was shocked.
But yeah, I don't know what the Eagles are doing. Like,
I don't think they know what they're doing. I saw a clip this week where some Philly fan was saying AJ Brown pulled up on a pass. And I'm like, no,
he did.
He did,
he
but
did.
I'm like, the whole thing is, the more and more I watch it on loop, I'm like, I don't think he saw the ball. I think he got
Possible.
hot because that high because the whole thing is I sort of like enough experience in the outfield. I've done that before where it's like you momentarily lose it and you sort of slow up for half a second
Yeah.
because you want to so you can try to track it again.
And then
It
you
looks
catch it
more like
again, and then yeah.
because if you look, he never stopped looking up. So it's not because if you stop low down on the route, you're more than you give up on the route. So you're like, oh, whatever. You kind of like start.
That's true.
He kept looking up. So I wonder if he lost it or if the glare hit his visor in the right way to where he lost it for half a second and didn't want to overrun it.
It could be. And
Obviously,
honestly,
that guy also doesn't know how to he doesn't get a pass. He gets like one pass a game. There was a 42-yard out route to Saquon. So even on the passing, he doesn't even get it.
yeah, like AJ Brown has been complaining about his touches for sure. He had 8 targets, which is third on the team this last week.
Bro's gonna make a great Buffalo bill at the trade deadline.
That's the thing. He is going to get traded. There is zero doubt he's going to get traded. Like something, and maybe it's just because Philadelphia is just sometimes just like this weirdly dysfunctional but does well type of thing. Sometimes,
You know
like
what's so funny though, and the reason why I say like he'd be a great bill is someone who can. One, he's still very young, and I think
yes,
two, having a big body like that. Because remember, they got Amari Cooper, and it was the same thing. These big body guys. If they get a big body guy with Coleman kind of emerging the way he's been emerging, him and Coleman might work really, really well together.
yeah, that's pretty gross. With Shakir too. That's really
Shakir
gross.
in
Yeah.
a slot. Like that's the whole thing. Like it fits so well, and it would only take probably what a fifth or a sixth. It's like, oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean,
AJ Brown
maybe a third or fourth. I don't know. He's 28,
done.
so he's yeah. I mean, you still do it if you're Buffalo.
But the whole thing is, I would sign him. Like then you re-sign him because he's still. You could get him till he's in his. You got at least 4 years.
Yeah, probably. I would say so.
And you lock because at this point they could probably do it because they have James Cook locked up. They have Kyle Allen locked up. Shakur's, I think, on a reasonable deal. Same with
Cole. Yeah, I think it's Shakir's like second or third year. So
I mean, you have the kind of have the money to spend to like say like, hey, we'll give you 4 years. I don't know, 75 to 100,
right,
or something in that ballpark, and be fine. Because then, if you do that, you arguably have the best wide receiver in like that, like three. Well, Baltimore's now out of it, but like
Baltimore is a train wreck
just because of injuries. But the whole thing is, out of those 3 teams, like if like a normal healthy year, you probably have the best wide receiver out of those 3 teams right now.
Out of Buffalo, Kansas City,
Buffalo, KC, and
yeah,
and Baltimore, you'd have the best because
I would agree
right now you're in a funky position where I think Buffalo has its best chance to win just because of how everyone else is competing. Like they look like they played very okay against New England, but like my roommate who's a Bills fan was getting annoyed and angry at it, and I'm like, dude, these happen. This is one of those games where it's like they're not gonna win, and it's not because they're playing bad. It's because for whatever reason your opponent's just like has something to prove to no one but themselves.
Yeah, and it's one of those games where just weird stuff happens. Like there were all those turnovers in the first half, and it's like, what is even happening during this game?
And Stephon Diggs is playing out of his mind for no reason.
He was a monster.
He's playing out of his mind for no reason.
Well, it was a revenge game for him, but yeah.
He wanted out. I don't like no one but
him. So AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs come from a long line of receivers like Terrell Owens and Randy Moss, where it's always everyone else's fault, even if they want out, and this the diva thing. Like, and just some of these receivers are like that. Like, it's whatever. They're still great, but like, you know, they could be the one that asked out and then be mad that you didn't try hard enough to keep them. They're like a toxic girlfriend almost. Like,
yeah.
So
because the whole thing is they play again. When they play again, you know, it's not going to go that way.
Probably not. Like, though the next one will be in New England.
Like the whole thing is, and I said this, I go realistically, if you're looking at like those middle teams, New England's got a shot to be a wild card team, whether we like it or not, just because of how everybody else is playing.
Oh, 1,000%. Like, they're clearly the second best team in that division. You look at the North with the Bengals are a dumpster fire. Joe
Baltimore's dead to
Joe
rights.
Flacco is now their starting quarterback. Baltimore's basically dead.
Because
Cleveland's
they can't.
dead. Tennessee is done. Houston's terrible. The Raiders are terrible. Like New England is like
The only real 3-4 teams that you can consider are Denver, Los Angeles, Jacksonville, and New England. That's basically it at this point.
as the wild card teams, yeah, 100%.
Like it's basically them because your division. Because more than likely, how it's going to play out is Indianapolis, Jacksonville will take the South. The other team will take a wild card spot, and then in the West, it'll probably be It'll be the Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers fighting for it, and then I'm guessing one or both make it.
I would assume the other two in that division make the wild card, yeah.
So then and then it just comes down to whether.
Then you have the Steelers and the Bills.
I think the Steelers will sniff it. Oh, the Steelers. The Steelers are going to win the North just by.
That's what I'm saying. Like with who else is in their division? Steelers aren't even good, but their division is horrific right now.
Yeah. So you're going to be in this funky spot where it's going to be like a better team will be a wild card again. But
yeah. Like
it feels weird because
as it stands right now, it's those 7 teams. Those 8 teams we named essentially, Kansas City is the only one that's on the outside looking in. Like right now, New England is the 7th seed, Denver 6.
And that'll change.
Hopefully not, but yeah, probably.
Because the whole thing is too, I'm willing to bet that Jacksonville falls off because it seems like they've been winning a lot of like, I don't want to say luck, but it feels like they're winning like really like.
They've been weird games.
They've been winning. Yeah, they've been winning weird games, and like the whole. I know we didn't talk about it because I think I kind of laughed it off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's something to it when Saleh said they're stealing signs. I think there's something to it.
Oh, I haven't heard about this. I know Saleh got into it with the Jacksonville coach. I didn't know why.
And in the presser, he said they're stealing signs. And even like other people have sort of kind of caught onto it. I know Gruden put out something on it. I didn't really watch it, but I might have to because he was, as much as he's a hot button issue, he was a coach.
Yeah, I mean, despite my feelings for Gruden being a dumbass, he was a coach.
If anyone's gonna understand, like, if that actually I would assume it does. That they are gonna to a degree that happens. If they are doing that, like in game, I don't know how much of a faux pas that is. I know in baseball, it's very much like that's what we are doing. I don't know what it is in football.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, baseball's the one where it's like it's basically you've committed a cardinal sin.
No, you can. It is perfectly fine to steal signs. It's one of the funniest things is now teams are doing it again and they're making it obvious they're stealing signs. And like somebody's like, we don't even plunk these guys anymore for doing it. Like, what is going on with it?
I know.
Because pitchers like don't hide the ball anymore.
No. So you know exactly what they're throwing because they show their grip.
And it's like, just fucking change your glove, you idiot. Like it was like the Little League thing during the summer where a team was stealing signs and relaying them from second base, and the coach and the umpires are telling them like, you keep doing it, you're gonna get ejected. It's it's not good sportsmanship. And me being the old school, like 20, 40-year-old boomer inside a 30-year-old body, I'd be like, bro, if I'm the other coach, I'm like, no, let him steal the signs. We got to change him. It's fine.
Right. It's like this is part of the game.
Because that's what we did. So, but like I said, I don't know if that in football, it's like a faux pas or you don't do it. Like you don't.
In
stuff like that.
Well, in football, it's been known some guys are able to read it. Like Troy Polamalu did this shit all the time, where he knew like the snap count and would know what they're changing because of like the audibles they do at the line of scrimmage. The issue in football really only happens when they're the issue in football only comes when they're actually like filming practices and stuff like what the Patriots did.
So I don't know if it's just like because I don't know if the fences change because like I played linebacker. It's basically hit the like middle linebacker and I was on defense. So it's basically you stand there. If someone comes your way, you just blow them up. All right, cool. Or I was quarterback where where it's a little bit different because I have to like figure, you're sort of playing the chess game of like, all right, who's coming, who's not going, are they impressed or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, it never. You sort of just adjust as you go, but because I've my like I said, my roommate played on the defensive line, so I've asked that before. I'm like, if they call the mark and you actually are doing something, why don't you just change out of it?
Right. That's the thing
Like
is
you have
like,
that ability to like audible on the fly.
well, in theory you do. I think a
Essentially.
lot of coaches do not allow their quarterback to do stuff like that.
No, I
Where
meant like the defense. I'm saying
oh,
the
I see.
defense. Like if
Okay,
they
yeah,
like if like they call out like the guy Mark, like they call out the mark or whatever,
yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
just like if you're the linebacker, I've seen it before. Like Ray, I remember Ray Lewis would notoriously do this. They would call something, and he's basically just moving his guy like the middle portion, that
Mhm.
middle portion, and changing that up, but leaving like everybody else.
Right.
So I don't know how much of that like even if you knew, does that change anything, or is it just kind of just a we need to be better because that's what it seemed like. Is he's like we just have to be better, but it seems like every game they've been in, it's been something weird like that. Like they beat the Niners, they beat the Chiefs. I don't think they're that good, but I can't
No,
tell if it's
I don't think so
just
either.
like
I
I don't
mean,
know if it's just like I don't know if it's just they because they the way they play, it's just they're
well,
keeping it close.
part of it is like look at who they've played so far. The Chiefs, who are struggling mightily. I understand they're the Chiefs, but they're really struggling. 49ers team that is basically half of a team because of the injuries. The Texans, who have
Yeah.
been struggling, and the Panthers is their other win, who is a top bottom three team in the league. So like their losses against the Bengals with Joe Burrow, like their wins, good job for them, great like good wins, but none of them are ones like, oh yeah, that's impressive. Like there's some really fatal flaws with all of these teams that they've won against.
So
So
apparently they have a point differential of +4, so it's not exactly or 27.
plus
So
27.
so plus 27. Yeah, points.
Which looking at the scores,
25 per game.
they killed the
Yeah, so
Panthers
it's
by
not
16, and
yeah,
then
it's not
everything else has
exactly.
been a one score game.
Yeah, so in
So,
terms of like points per game, you're looking. So this is what's funny, and I think this to me this says way more in
hmm
terms of like point top five scoring teams in the league are the Lions at 34.8, the Colts at 32.6, the Bills at 30.6, Cowboys at 30.2, and Seahawks at 29.2.
hmm
The Jaguars are
they're
what
like
are they?
eighth.
They're
It
number
looks like
10. They're 10.
10. Okay,
They're 10
yeah,
at 20 according to StatMuse 10 at 25.4. Now on the flip side of it, on opponent's points per game, number 1 is Houston, number 2 is Denver, number 3 is Indy, number 4 is Arizona, 5 is Minnesota, followed behind by chart the tied with the Chargers and Niners at 6 and 7 at 19.6. The Jags are giving up 20 points a game, so they're eighth so far in total defense.
yeah. So that's
Again,
not bad. Like, and credit to him for starting 4-1, but like it's
what's
very
their schedule?
very
I
easy
don't know
for
who they
them. It's very easy for them to be 2-3 at this point. Like they've had
yeah,
some
because
good
it
bounces.
seems
They've
like I'm I'm kind of looking just at peripherals. They're middle of the pack in yards per game. So it kind of feels like they're getting points, but it doesn't seem like nothing's really I don't know working.
yeah, they're not doing something that like, oh my god, they're barn burner team that's gonna win the division, Super Bowl favorite. Like they're winning games, they're winning close games. Good for them, but they're not doing anything that blows your mind necessarily. Like
Yeah, it's not
so,
because like this week they play. I assume they're going to lose this week because they're playing the Seahawks. This
yeah.
is where it's going to get really. The next 2 weeks are very tough because they play Jacksonville and then they go overseas to play the Rams.
Jacksonville play. You mean they play Seattle and then the Rams? Yeah.
Yeah, then the Rams, and then it's Vegas and then Houston again. So
hmm
2 easy weeks. So they're gonna go from 0-2 to 3-2, probably 2. So they'll probably go 2-2 in the next 4 games, followed
Yeah.
by the Chargers, which is probably a loss. Arizona is probably a coin. Like you sort of start
Arizona's so
projecting.
funny.
So it's one of those bits where hilariously, if we're projecting going forward, it's like 2 losses in a row, 2 wins in a row, a loss. A coin toss. They play Tennessee, probably win. Colts in Jacksonville. They haven't won there in God forever.
hmm
So who knows? Maybe Daniel Jones will lead them to a victory there. They should. So realistically, all of a sudden you're looking at 2, 3, 4, probably 5 losses in 1, 2, 3, in 8 weeks, hypothetically. So from here on out,
Yeah.
you're probably
So they're
gonna
like
from
500.
here. So from here to December, like middle of December, you're probably a 500 team.
Yeah. Which, you know,
It's probably where they are gonna be.
right. Which is probably a little better than we expected, but isn't like crazy. This stuff happens every year in the NFL. You get these teams that are mediocre that have the ball bounced the right way a couple weeks, and then they're
Well,
kind
some
of
of
in
the
the wild
funny
card
thing.
hunt near the end of the season.
So my friend is a generational hater when it comes to the Niners, but I do find this fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of teams do have this happen to them. They play really bad because of injuries,
Yep.
and then they come back perennially strong and look like Super Bowl contenders, but also have this weak ass schedule like the Niners do.
Right. True. Yeah.
I mean, mind you, I think that like last year was just a horrid year because everyone died. Like Baltimore's gonna have it next year at the rate they're going.
Yeah. It's what Bill Simmons likes to say: the year from hell. Last year is
Yeah.
San Francisco. This year it's Baltimore. They're doing the year
Yep.
from hell thing.
It's just the year from hell. It's gonna suck. You'll get an easy schedule and be back and be like nothing happened.
Yep. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Ravens right now? How bad they
I
are?
feel so bad.
Well, the thing is, it's not just the injuries. Their defense is horrific. Do you know
Yeah.
the least amount of points they've given up in a game? Do you know how? Well, I guess they beat the Browns 41-17, but outside of that,
30.
they've given up 41, 38, 37, and 44. Their defense is straight up Swiss cheese.
What's their points per game? Hold on, I'm going back to stat news because I didn't see it. They are. Where are they? Hold on.
Just look at wherever defensive points against is. Look near the bottom.
No, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at points per game, and I'm just trying to find them.
Points against.
It doesn't show. It only stops at 25, so they're below the Raiders.
Yeah, so the total I have is their points against is 177 through 5 games, which
Jesus
looking at
Christ.
averages, the Jets are second worst at 157, so they're 4 points, giving up 4 more points per game than the second worst team.
So Baltimore's scoring margin is minus 7.2. Jesus Christ.
They're minus 36 total on the season, which is it rivals that of the Bengals and the Titans and the Browns. Yeah, it's
oh my.
Talk about a year from hell. Yeah, the Ravens are going through it right now.
Ew. That is rough.
It's tough for my fantasy team. I have Derrick Henry, and I was happy about it, and I'm sad about it.
Fumbling.
I know. It's horrifying.
They have a point differential of negative 36.
Yep. It's not great. And that's with a blowout in week 2 against the Browns, who are one of the short list of worst teams in the league.
That is rough.
Yeah. So yeah, the Ravens are tough. It's been a tough go for them so far, and who knows when Lamar Jackson will be back.
That is, like I said, Shador's probably kicking himself right now.
Well, to be fair to him, he now is technically second on the depth chart in Cleveland.
Okay, can we talk about this? Because
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it a $110. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
No one does. It's Cleveland.
I'm gonna be real. Dylan Gabriel isn't better than Shador.
No, he's not.
I will die on this hill. I don't know what the hell these idiots are doing, but at some point, fuck me, dude. Dude, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you know what? No, I'm not sorry for you. You had Baker Mayfield and told him to kick rocks so you could get Deshaun Diddler Watson. You deserve all this. I forget it. I take it all back. You deserve whatever torture you get. I take it back.
Yeah, it's been not great for Cleveland. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel is not better than Shador, I don't think. I'm
waiting for him. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of waiting for them to cut him, and then he'll go to Baltimore and he'll
cut Shador. I don't think they would. Like, not if they trade in Joe Flacco.
Here's my thing. Here's my this is my tinfoil hat theory.
Mm-hmm.
When can Deshaun's done for the year, right?
I think so. He's still recovering from his Achilles, right?
Yeah. Here's my tinfoil hat theory. I think they are going to cut him, but it won't be till the end of the year. I think they kept him as a warm body.
You talking Shador? Kept
Shador.
Shador. Okay.
I think here's what I think they'll probably do. This is a hot take.
Okay.
I think the next quarterback to get traded is none other than Russell Danger Wilson.
Interesting choice. Yeah. Okay.
And here's what I think is going to happen, because everybody's saying, "Oh, he could go to the Raiders because Geno Smith all of a sudden doesn't know how to throw a football."
Yeah, that's pretty well too. But yeah.
Here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think he's going to go to Cleveland, because for whatever reason Cleveland's going to be like, "We'll run him out there and we can sign him for next year just in case."
Right.
And with him being there, they can just cut Shador and let him go, unless they are going to be spiteful and be like, "Oh, we don't want him to go to Baltimore," because that's probably where he would end up and start for Baltimore over what's his face.
Possibly.
That's what I think.
This is the Browns we're talking about, but it looks so bad if you kept a roster spot open for a 5th-round rookie and then cut him pretty much immediately. Like,
but I'm saying you can see in a world where that's going to happen.
Of course, because it's the Browns, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, because that's the thing. Like,
I think everyone in football is sort of like Dylan Gabriel isn't better than his backup.
I don't think so. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's such a weird situation. Like, not just for the.
I don't think their coaching staff knows what the hell they're doing. I've never thought they knew what they were doing, because every time they had
that's pretty obvious. Yeah,
actual good teams, they didn't do anything. And like I said, the one thing where it sort of proves they still know what they're doing is they punted on Baker Mayfield, who looked horrid for 1 year because he played through an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Got cut by Carolina, goes to LA, plays 3 games in LA, and all of a sudden it's magic.
Yep.
And it's fixed.
And he's crushing it in Tampa Bay.
And that's the whole thing. It's funny to me. It's like, so they said, like, what, did Sean McVay just tutor him for like 2 months? And
that's kind of what it looks like, right? McVay is just the quarterback whisperer. You spend a month there, and then it's like a boot camp.
And Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, like, these offensive guys who know offense can fix these guys, and it's remarkable to me.
It is. It's crazy.
And then I look at something like Brian Dable, and it's like, so Brian Dable's just an idiot?
Man.
I mean, Brian Dable's gonna get fired at this point.
I mean, probably. Yeah.
I don't know who they're gonna go get, because I don't think there's anyone really better. And then Dable will go be an offensive coordinator and probably kill it in like St. Louis or some shit.
I mean, classic offensive guru head coach like lineage. That's usually what happens, right? They are great as offensive coordinators, some all-pro quarterback, go to a place that sucks, get fired after 3 years because they don't win right away because the franchise sucks.
You know what's interesting?
Then go back to crushing it.
In terms of like the Giants, I think the problem is that that's an ownership situation, because they had to. You're in a position where you have to pay your quarterback because you don't necessarily want to go fishing for one, and you made the wrong decision.
I guess so I know Daniel Jones is crushing it. I don't think it was the wrong decision to get rid of Daniel Jones at all.
Oh, no. I'm not saying it was the wrong decision. I'm saying it might have been the wrong decision to pay him.
Oh, agreed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, 1,000% it was the wrong decision to pay him. Like, he had like 8 weeks of good football, and after 3 or 4 years, you could like a season after 3 or 4 years, you should know like, hey, this is working or not. Really, like,
the only thing you can say is like, oh, it's the injuries that kind of did him in, which sure.
Yeah, but even think, and I understand that, like, if he looked good to start the season and when he was fully healthy, okay, yeah, it's the injuries is why he looked bad. But in times where he looked fully healthy, he didn't look good. Like,
that's the thing.
I'm with you. I don't understand what these franchises are thinking.
And the whole thing is like, to a point, I understand where it's like, you, as dumb as it sounds, sometimes somebody says the same thing and it's a different person. All of a sudden, it clicks.
Right.
I don't know if that's what happened when he went to Minnesota, and it's just like he's in a quarterback room with, like, he just because he's with an offensive, like a younger offensive guy who's not comparing him to Josh Allen. Is that it? Because like he's with Kevin McCarthy, he's with Kevin O'Connell, who has Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy, who are 2 young guys, and he's just teaching and maybe O'Connell's just a better teacher, so that and he's better at showing this information, and Jones can absorb it, and then he goes to Indy where he's got a coach who's like in that similar vein of maybe he's just a good because all of a sudden Steichen looks like he's a god, but maybe because he's got a quarterback who can throw a 10-yard pass. But
True.
like,
Actually hit a guy in the
is it
numbers. Yeah.
is it really just like it's going to the right spot just because he want like it seems like all he wanted to do was in Minnesota just learn. Like he took it and he learned. He goes to Indianapolis where no one's going to be on his ass if they lose. If they were 1-4, no one's going to get on his ass.
Yeah, and I think you're
So
right.
maybe
I think that's a lot of it is yeah, certain people are just better at teaching certain things. I think the offensive system matters a lot. But also part of me wonders because it's always these like first round quarterbacks that flame out in some usually big market or a team with a lot of history. They just can't handle the pressure. They bounce around for a couple years or a year or whatever. They get another chance and they say fuck it and just actually play football instead of overanalyzing and thinking everything.
It's the whole thing is it would be funny if he turns into another Baker or
Yeah.
like it just works in Indy.
Right. And
he
thing is,
rides it out.
we've seen that starting to see this a lot more. You have Baker, you have Geno Smith did this in Seattle. You have Sam Darnold crushing it last year for the Vikings. Like these are all like the same guy. Like they go to a franchise that is either got a huge history, rabid fan base, whether it be in New York or Cleveland. They stink it up. They play a year or whatever in some other system, and then they fucking crush it. Like it might just be like they just happen to go to the right places, but I do think there is a portion of it where they just can't handle being the guy like that.
I'm going. You know what's funny? And I'm going. And this might be like slightly heinous, but part of me wonders this because he went from one Manning team to another Manning team. Part of me wonders if there's a little bit of, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, cool. I'm not trying to be like this is the case, but if you're, and this goes for, and mind you, I think this, if Denver asked him to do this too, he would do it. But part of me wonders if there was a phone call, a passing thing where Peyton's there and he's just talking X's and O's to him because he knows both Manning brothers. He did the Manning Academy.
True.
So he went to Duke. You know he's cerebral enough. So it's like, is he now in that spot where he's asking these? You know, he's asking Peyton like, "Hey, let me." Like he's realized he has to be a student. Like he's asking Peyton for like his input on stuff. He's asked, you know, maybe he wasn't asking Eli as much because now he's a little bit older. Like,
right,
there's so many ways to go. And it's like I said, it's interesting. He went from Eli Manning to Peyton Manning, and we both know Peyton's way cerebral. Eli's kind of an airhead to a certain degree.
I mean,
but
Eli's a smart quarterback. You don't survive 15 years in the NFL being a dumbass,
you know what I mean? Like
Peyton Manning was on a different level.
But my point is like you got Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck level of like football IQ, and then there's Eli, who's probably slightly above average.
Right. Yeah, I mean
that's sort of my point, and I kind of wonder where it's like, well, where's Daniel in this? Is Daniel kind of like the higher football IQ guy?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Peyton Manning did actually work with Daniel Jones a little bit.
Academy.
So well, it looks like this last offseason they at least did some talking and stuff. Yeah,
that's probably part of it. Is like if he's willing to like take that step back and just listen because he realized like, oh, maybe I do just need to take a step back. Who better to ask those questions to than that guy?
Yeah, he is.
And just be like, hey, how do you like? You know, if he's like, hey, how do you go about this? What can you do? And
yeah, I don't know.
Like I mean, sometimes it's just sometimes it's just, you know, it works out. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but like, hey, I'll enjoy the ride while it's there.
Right. And I mean, this is no different than guys that work out in the NBA or MLB. Like sometimes the situation sucks. There's some factor that no one thinks of that messes things up or is like the thing that actually matters. Like
no one, like I said, I think people fail to realize, or like when the light bulb clicks on, where it's like the thing with like Chapman with the Red Sox, where it's like he never thought about placing his fastball in a different spot, and they're like, oh, there's no way you can get through the league like that. I'm like, honestly, not as shocking as you think it is, because it takes the thing is, and like we both played sports. One coach should say something, and you go to like you do another coach, you go somewhere else, and somebody says, and you're like, wait a minute, that's what he meant.
Yeah,
Like it's the
like that
exact
makes
same
way
thing,
more
and it just all of a
sense.
sudden it clicks in your head because it's like, oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, heck,
I mean, that happens
see
in
it
real life
everywhere.
too. Like,
Oh yeah, you
just
see
at
it all the time.
work, like that
That's what
happens.
I laugh at. Where it's like, why are you discounting this? Where it's like, dude, I've had that happen. Or it's like, I'll have someone say something, and then I figure it out, and I say it and go, wait, was that what you meant?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Oh, good for Daniel Jones. I hope the Go Horse teams,
However, but I
I
will say
support it.
I will say the other side of the coin is I don't think the team was as bad as I probably thought it was
No,
because they
they're
were a
definitely better
borderline.
than they thought you
They
were.
were a
Yeah.
borderline. They were a borderline
I was like, you guys' defense is
playoff
actually
team.
pretty
They
legitimate.
were they were a borderline playoff team anyway. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that hey, a competent average quarterback pushes them to 10 wins. It wasn't.
Yeah. But that's okay. I get it. You had a rough season last year when it came to football, so I get it. And having to watch Anthony Richardson would make anyone go crazy. So
I also I guess I the credit's due. I honestly thought hiring the Cincinnati defensive coordinator was a stupid decision. I'm starting to think it's Cincinnati, wasn't not their
you know
not their
what? This is
DC,
perfect. Let's talk about
not their
Cincinnati. I wanted to
DC,
talk about
not their
Cincinnati.
DC.
I want to talk about Cincinnati. Why in the fuck would you trade for Joe Flacco when Jameis Winston exists? Given they have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Valid question.
What is Cincinnati doing? I don't understand it. They're getting first off,
I don't know.
I'm worried for Joe Flacco's health because their offensive line is
They're gonna kill
horrific.
him.
He's gonna die.
Dead.
He's gonna die. He's like 42.
Dead. He's gonna
Like
die on the field.
Jameis Winston at least will make things happen behind a terrible offensive line.
I don't know. Maybe they called and couldn't get him. I don't know. What did they give up for Flacco?
Like a pack of gum, I think. Like it was.
I think it would take more than a pack of gum, unfortunately, to get Winston.
But why wouldn't the Giants take a pack of gum? They have Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart already.
No. But here's the other question. Here's the other thing. Why didn't you trade for Russell Wilson?
I would take Jameis Winston 99 times out of 100 over. I see what you're saying. Why?
That's my point, though, is if you have the sake of argument, those three quarterbacks, who are the other two you want? Probably Wilson and Winston. Not.
Yeah, I would be
wanting.
I would be. Yeah. Yeah,
that's my point.
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't, because Joe Flacco looked washed the last couple weeks. He is Broncos legend, but still, like,
is the whole thing they're just trying to figure out how to get the ball to Higgins and Chase? Because
it must be, but also
I guess he kind of
Jameis Winston can do that. I mean, like, while we're talking about it, Shedeur Sanders can do that. Like, I mean, Zach.
Honestly, I don't know.
What about
Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. Yeah, that seemed. I mean, I very much questioned the Bengals' decision making because out of all the backup quarterbacks, I think they got like the 12th best one they could have gotten. Personally,
unless you believe in the thing that there aren't like quote unquote good backups, and you just sort of throw the darts.
To be fair, there aren't probably, like, they're very few and far between. But I mean, at least get a guy that, like, can function for the next month and a half.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Do you care at this point?
A little bit. I have T. Higgins on my fantasy team.
No, do I. No, I'm not saying do you care about for fantasy purposes. I'm saying if you're the Bengals, do you care at this point? Or are you just sort of like,
well, I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I guess that can make sense. Like, what
does it matter?
Like, just trying to tank, but also doing something not to piss off Jamar Chase having to deal with Browning all year. Like, at least make it look like you're trying something when you still want to suck. Yeah, I mean,
because at this point, sure, you can tread water, but it's like he's gone for 3 months, so he's not gonna be back till December. So it's like, what? Shut him down for.
But that's the thing, though. Like, if he was out the entire year, 100%, I agree. But if he's gonna be back in December, if you can get your team at least into striking distance of a wild card, like, play 500 ball until December.
Okay, again,
you have a playoff shot.
I'm not saying Joe Flacco's the answer.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but in terms of like who's gonna help you tread water better, is it Browning or is it Flacco?
Oh, it's Flacco, 100%. It's definitely not
That's the whole
Browning.
thing. That's the whole thing. So it's
I
in the
guess.
game of like
Oh,
in the game of could you? I mean, could you
oh,
argumentatively get Winston in there, have
yeah.
Winston do the same thing for 3 months, and then make him QB3? I guess, but I guess the logic is to like, oh, Flacco can tutor Browning. You can't really see Jameis tutoring Browning.
True. Okay, I guess from that perspective, because yeah, I guess when you this sounds so terrible, but you basically use Joe Flacco for 2 months, then cut his ass like once Burrow's
Probably,
back. Like
honestly,
it's
probably.
easier to do that with than like probably Jameis Winston, because
And
Jameis
then he'll
Winston
go to
actually like
shit
is a
for the Jets.
yeah. So I guess in that case, sure, but like to me, if your goal is to tread water until playoff time, like I don't know how Joe Flacco actually gets you to win games at all.
I mean, he does. Is he better than Browning?
He is, and I agree with getting like benching Browning because he sucks,
Marginal. It's
but
marginal,
like
but
it's
it's better.
marginally better. But like I just feel like there were options that were more than marginally better that were very much
I mean,
attainable.
the whole thing is like realistically, if you wanted to say the best one to help you win, probably would be Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
He's
and
slow,
that's another
he can
good
run,
option. Yeah, like
and he's got an arm, and you give him those two receivers, he's probably going to do fairly well. But again,
agreed.
do you want
Yeah.
to? But it's like,
But then, yeah, you have to figure out what you do with Zach Wilson 2 months. But to me, that's like a deal
I
with
don't
it in
think it would
two
matter
two
because I
months
think
type of
Zach
thing.
will. Because the whole thing is, I would
Like
figure Zach Wilson to be like, yeah, I'm just here for 2 months and I can audition because I'm better than at least
a
show
couple of the starters somewhere in the NFL. Yeah,
Carolina
probably the
once,
Jets.
the Jets, Vegas, like you show off that you're at least better than them. But
Yeah, but yeah,
I also
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Maybe they called and they didn't want to trade him yet.
It could be, and that's the thing
You
is
could see.
it could have been that the Browns did try all these guys, and teams at this point of the season aren't really keen on trading their actual backups. Like,
So we could see Zach Wilson get moved later on.
yeah.
Which
Whereas it's easier to trade a guy to make way
47-year-old.
for a rookie, yeah, than to
Yes.
trade a backup you might need later on. Whereas you're not going to need that older guy later in the season.
And plus, yeah, exactly. Where it's
Yeah.
like with Tua could just do a
Well,
Tua thing.
yeah, I was gonna
and
say
Wilson
Tua's
can
gonna do
do it.
Tua stuff, and he doesn't care. He's already, never mind.
He's 1 foot in the grave
I
already.
was gonna say he's already exhibiting signs of CTE with some of the shit he says.
Yeah. He's already 1 foot to Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I do have to admit, some of Antonio Brown's tweets might be outrageous, but they do give me a little.
They are outrageous. It makes me sad why they exist.
It makes me sad, but then I'm also like, you know what? I think he's leaning into it to a certain degree. And
it's his brand now. It's his brand now. It's just like any other grifter. That's their thing.
You're a psychopath. I'm here for it. At least I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's Vontaze Burfict's fault that we're in this situation.
Ruined that dude's life.
He actually did. Like legitimately, like some of those hits were absolutely disgusting and totally uncalled for.
Never go over the middle.
Not against that man, because he is literally trying to kill you. All right.
Hey, Austin Collie got smacked in the face, and he hasn't gone crazy yet.
He did a lot. I feel bad for Austin Collie. To be fair, Peyton Manning threw him a lot of hospital balls. A lot. That wasn't Austin Collie. That was Peyton Manning's fault.
But that was also in that weird era where they would run guys straight up the middle and just across. And
seam route. Let's go. Yeah. And the safety would just headhunt him. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I remember, I think in Tom Brady's podcast, he talks, or Wes Welker was like, you sent, like, Wes Welker got on him for some of those routes. And he's like,
yeah.
He's like, you caught it. He's like, yeah, but Ray Lewis almost killed me.
Yeah, it's, Ooh. All right. Are there any other specific teams we want to talk about? Nick Benito's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, so we'll just go ahead and mark that down in pen.
Denver?
That's the Denver defensive end. He's leading the league in sacks this year. Let's go.
I still find it funny that your former head coach is your best defensive coordinator.
It is. Do you know that's the second time the Broncos have done that? Wade Phillips was our head coach in the 80s and then was our defensive coordinator for a Super Bowl, so it works out for us pretty good.
Whatever works, man.
That's how you know that Denver's fucking sick, because those coaches get fired by the franchise and they're like, you know what, I'll come back as a coordinator, no big deal. Like,
yeah.
All right. Oh, the other thing we should talk about is I don't know if you saw the Cardinals Titans game in some of those plays. Did you see the Cardinals piss that game away?
Yes, I did.
It's so good.
My favorite bullshit happened again.
Yeah. On a 73-yard run, and then the coach punched the running back and then had to pay a fine and had to apologize.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm fine with the fine. I'd probably do something similar, but I'm just like,
I don't blame him, but also don't punch people. I get it, but don't punch people.
I still think it's a stupid fucking rule.
Yeah, I know.
And I even got more into it. I got more into it, and I said, "How come this is the one player they review where you know goddamn well they're going frame by fucking frame to see if that ball's dick hair is off his hand?"
That's true. They don't do it for a catch. We don't know what a catch is,
but goddamn, if that ball moved a square inch and rolled out of the end zone, turn that shit over at the 20 in a heartbeat.
The all-time ball drop by the Cardinals. That, and then there was the interception that was then a fumble that was actually a touchdown for Tennessee, which was also hilarious. So
I think my favorite one was Kyler Murray taking a snap
right to the forehead. Yeah,
just right to the dome.
Some of the memes were so funny. It's like, if this man was 3 inches taller, that would have hit him square in the chest. Like, I mean,
and then Mark Sanchez apparently got into a knife fight. I mean,
we need to talk about this. What Mark Sanchez?
Okay,
what?
So I have a buddy who's a cop.
Okay.
So I have a buddy who's a cop. So I sent him the exact thing, and he goes, if knowing nothing else, he said probably a bar fight. Someone was in self-defense. So he's like, I can't really state other than like.
Oh, they've released what has happened.
Oh, they released. No, I saw. No,
yeah. Okay.
I'm like, okay. I'm all for what they're doing. However, I have one question. And I don't think I'm going to find out the answer to this question, but someone at Barstool pointed this out, and I think they're onto something.
Okay.
Here's what I think happened.
Okay.
Drunk Mark Sanchez saw a car, went into the car. I think old man thought old man's car was getting robbed.
Getting stolen.
He pulled out a knife and stabbed him. Sanchez, fearing for his life, took the knife. Knife fight ensues. That's what I think happened.
So
because the only question I have is who stabbed who first?
So
because the old man did it first, I think that changes things, but I don't think we're ever gonna find that out.
No, apparently they have video footage, and the old man's account has been like verified based on the footage.
I saw. I think the last thing I saw was Monday because I'm like, well, who stabbed who first? Because I thought he got into the truck and the guy's like, what the fuck you did in my truck? And he just panicked and stabbed him.
Yeah, no, it sounds like what happened was the dude was literally working. Like he was.
I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was working.
He saw the truck.
And Mark Sanchez. I don't know if he thought it was a Zuber necessarily. It sounded like he was, from what I read, he was yelling at the guy, "You can't be here," type of stuff. Like belligerent. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, not even like looking for an Uber, and then tried to move the dude's car. Like, got in. And then a scuffle ensued, and that's where the guy cut his face. And then I guess the guy was on the ground. I guess Mark Sanchez like tried to like attack him more, and that's when the knife came out. So like, what the fuck is going on with Mark Sanchez? Where that was even an option to happen this year?
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
I didn't either.
As my buddy jokingly said in our chat, the cop hilariously said, "USC great for two things: quarterbacks and felons."
I mean. You got a 2-in-1 package there. It seems like that's crazy.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen though? It looks like Brady Quinn's gonna be back to calling NFL games, which means my boy Reggie Bush will be back on Big Noon Sunday.
Hey, let's go. But yeah, no, that was
actually they'll probably put Portnoy on the thing, which will just drive me out.
That sucks.
Goddamn insane.
But yeah, that was really weird because it comes out and you're like, oh, that sucks. Mark Sanchez got jumped, and then it's like, oh no. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Like,
yeah, basically. It's like, all right, way to go, champ.
Yeah, no, that was weird. Well, I guess we'll see how that plays out. But all right,
I don't hear much about it.
Probably not. It was after Fox was like, Mark will be in our prayers. We hope he gets better soon. And then all the other stuff comes out, and they're like, delete the tweet. So, all right. You want to do picks?
We haven't had a problem like this since Bill O'Reilly. Fuck.
I know, right? All right. Yeah, we're almost an hour in. Let's get some picks going.
Thursday night, a barn burner here. Philly
Giants.
Giants. There's not much to say here.
Yeah, I have Eagles at -7.5 winning. Yeah, like
all right, Denver, New York.
In London.
I will give you 2 nickels if you pick the Jets.
Nope, I do not want those 2 nickels. I got Broncos.
I'm there with you. I'm taking Indy over Arizona.
Yep. I have the Cardinals, but that's mostly because the line is +6.5. I think the Colts don't win. The Cardinals they've been losing embarrassingly, but they've still been close.
I just think that defense is gonna hold.
It's true. That defense for the Colts is good. All right.
Indy, by the way,
it is an Indy. That is true. Next up, we got Dolphins Chargers.
I'm gonna take Miami in the points only for this reason, because Miami plays in the shade and the Chargers will be in the sun. So I'm just gonna take it and just be like, I think that might have a little bit of a factor.
I too am taking the Dolphins with the points because the Chargers last week looked horrific against Washington.
I think the Chargers will win, but I think it'll be a little bit close. I think it'll be
within. I agree. I think that's probably what happens. They win, but close game.
New England at New Orleans. This is a 3.5 point for New Orleans. I think New England's gonna carry the momentum.
Agreed. Yeah, I have the Patriots at -3.5. That makes
Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Yeah, I feel like Mike Tomlin's going to eat a rookie quarterback alive.
Valid.
So I got the Steelers -5.
I don't know why this is a 3.5 point spread, but I'm taking Dallas +3.5.
Yeah, that one and the Patriots Saints one, I don't know. Those seem way too low. But I agree.
And another one that's kind of a bullshit spread: Jacksonville, Seattle's only 8 points. So who wins?
Yeah, Jacksonville. I'll ride the luck.
I'm taking Seattle.
Okay.
End at some point, right?
You're right. It does. Yeah. All right.
Rams, Baltimore. I think the Rams are just
the Rams at -7.5 might. I think they might like finish putting the dirt on the grave on the Ravens season at this point.
Vegas Titans, the loser bowl.
God, this game sucks so bad.
I'm gonna say Vegas somehow sucks less.
I'm gonna say Titans because both those teams are terrible. So
I think Geno Smith's a better quarterback.
True.
Green Bay, Cincinnati. It's a 14-point spread. I'm gonna take Cincinnati, and if I lose, I will.
It's fine. Yeah, it's 14 points. I agree. I took Cincinnati because that spread's ridiculous.
Tampa Bay, San Francisco, 3-point spread.
Baker Magic, baby.
I think I'm gonna say I'll agree. Because I really don't know the quarterback situation.
That's true. The 49ers, we don't know who's playing.
Sunday night, Detroit, Kansas City. I'm gonna say Detroit.
Agreed.
+2.5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
2 Monday night games: Buffalo, Atlanta, 4.5. Buffalo.
Yep.
And then the other one, Chicago, Washington. I'm gonna say Washington. I'm not totally convinced.
I took the Bears here. I don't know why. Just off of vibes.
I think I'm with you only because my logic is what's the likelihood it's a 3-point like field goal game, and I think
pretty good.
Fairly high.
I think, yeah. And is Jaden McDaniels played last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Jaden Daniels. I don't know why I said McDaniels. Because of Josh McDaniels, that son of a bitch.
And then the score for that game, I'm gonna say 28-31.
I put 24-21.
Buffalo, Atlanta, I'm gonna say 35-10.
I put 35-17.
I think they're gonna get their asses blown out.
Yeah.
Who will score the most points? That's a good question.
London game, baby. Denver.
You know what? That's actually valid, honestly.
The Jets are 0-5, so it's not
points. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here. This might be a hot take because it fucks me, but I think Cincinnati's gonna score the least amount of points this week.
I don't hate that one. I chose the Raiders because I hate them and I want the Titans. I wish good upon the Titans
Oh,
for a couple
wait,
weeks.
hold on. I need to see. I need to look at one thing because I need to see who the curse wheel cursed this week.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
We got
who
to
did
see
the curse wheel
got
curse?
who did Perna curse? Hold on. This is huge.
God, what a fucking legend. Brandon Perna is the best.
This is important. Perna. Let's see.
There's got to be a Reddit thread that just keeps track of this, right?
Let's see.
Da, da, da.
Let's see. It's number one team on the power rankings. I don't know who's number one. Let's see who's cursed? Who was number one? It's number one. The Lions are cursed. All right.
The Lions are cursed this week.
And they're playing Kansas City.
Fantastic. Well, I hate that for me.
We're switch. All right, so we gotta. I am by logic switching that one because I believe in the curse wheel.
You're gonna say the Lions score the least amount of points, dude. That would be
I'm saying the Lions are gonna lose.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, saying the Lions are gonna score the least amount of points is like the craziest call your own shot thing ever.
Dude, I have Jared Goff. No, sir.
All right. You got anything else? NBA preseason started. Nuggets won, so that was great.
The Lakers haven't won a preseason game, so
Hooray.
I don't care. I kind of don't care anyway.
I know
is that bad? No, I'm not saying I don't care because like it's basketball. I'm saying I just don't care about the preseason.
No, and I don't blame you. I'm a sicko though. That's why I care about the preseason. Like, I've missed it so much.
Did that bullshit decision again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. How excited were you when he gave the hint, and then we all knew it wasn't gonna be real?
I didn't give a shit. I'm like, I don't care. I'll find out the result on Twitter, and he's just gonna get hate again. So
yeah.
that was my thought. Like,
instead, he decided to do a Hennessy ad, which is
my whole thing was. I'm like, it's one of two things.
Good.
He's saying this year is his last year. It's some bullshit. And it was some bullshit. Yeah. So
it is.
All right, doesn't work.
It is crazy with how cringy he is, given how famous he is. How no one on his team is like, LeBron. I don't know if this is the best way to announce this partnership. Given you're in year 22 and the last decision was not well received. I don't know.
I could care less. I thought it was stupid. I knew it was gonna be something stupid. It's either he's retiring at the end of the year or it's stupid. And they're like, well, what if he plays with Bryce? And I'm like, I could give two less of a shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, go to Charlotte
soon
and play in Charlotte.
Soon he'll be fucking two of his teammates, his moms. Like that's seriously, that sounds like what's gonna happen eventually.
The Lakers draft Bryce.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I think it'd be funny if he goes to like fucking Charlotte or some shit and LeBron takes Bronny.
There's zero chance he ends up in a place like Charlotte. Like,
I would fucking die.
It's LA or Cleveland and that is it. Or he latches onto like the Thunder and wins a championship. Those are the only options.
No, Golden State. He wants to play with his boy Steph.
God, that would. It would be funny because they would suck.
Oh,
and like they would be horrid, and it'd be so funny.
Like, where they're like, "Oh, they tried to trade for LeBron." I'm like, I would have allowed it. I would have laughed if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'd do it and laugh my ass off as LeBron goes up to NorCal and fucking hates his life.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens. The Giannis is going to be the next one to be traded, so we'll keep tabs on that. So
if he doesn't go to Miami, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, I don't know where Giannis goes, but he's already talked about how he might.
They won't. They don't want. He won't. They don't want to give up Bam or some bullshit. They probably still want to keep Tyler Hero.
I mean, All-Star Tyler Hero. Yeah. Woo. Not that matters anymore. Jamal Murray doesn't have one, but he's a better player. Woo. Like, yeah, that's
what we're talking about.
Yeah. All right.
Don't worry, Giannis. Maybe Giannis will go to Denver.
I think I'm good.
You play power forward.
No, I love Aaron Gordon too much.
Dude,
I love Aaron Gordon.
Dude, I loved Aaron Gordon when he was a Magic. When
Yeah,
he went to
he
Denver,
is.
I'm like, now I have to hate you.
He's the fucking man all the time. He's the best. Okay, and it should be
I
known
really-
after his celebration after he won the championship, where he was running around the streets of Denver shirtless, drinking with the people.
Man.
He's the
I
man.
love him.
He's the man.
I want you to know, I'm calling it now. I would love nothing more than a Denver Lakers Western Conference final, and I think that's very possible.
Possibly, yeah. Especially if we get a little championship hangover from the Thunder, we get a little
I think
Rockets don't really work out how we all thought. Yeah,
I think also very possible. I think it's likely.
yeah.
So that'd be we can do watch parties and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm so in. All right, universe, make it happen. All right, well that's all I got.
Unless we get a Colts Broncos AFC title game, which
slightly, honestly, at this point, kind of possible. We'll see.
I think we would both be miserable.
All it will take is one bad call, and then we'll just be like, well, fuck you, man.
Yeah. And I get it from two people.
That's true.
I just don't. The best thing is, I don't talk shit. I just stay quiet. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah. Like the other Colts fan I know, I don't think I've talked to in about 5 years, so I don't think I'd have to hear much from him. So
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna mutter. I'm just like with the field goal. I'm just like, hey,
hey, how you doing? What's up?
I was laughing.
I don't blame you. It was funny. I'm past it now because the Broncos are 2 bullshit field goals away from being 5-0. So I feel pretty good as a Broncos fan.
You beat the Eagles.
We eat the Eagles, and that fixed the last 2 weeks of losing on field goals at the last second. So, all right, we will be back probably next week. Probably not Saturday. We'll see how we're feeling.
Unless Bill Belichick gets fired,
which would be hilarious. But thanks for watching.
Don't worry, he's gonna get fired, and then he'll go to like Cleveland, where it all began.
That would be amazing.
I can see it happening.
That would be amazing. That'd be amazing.
I want it.